A doctor charged in the overdose death of Friends actor Matthew Perry was in an LA court, making his first appearance after reaching a plea deal with prosecutors. An attorney for Dr. Mark Chavez faced questions from reporters outside the courthouse.
Has your client shown any remorse at all for what happened to his family?
A movie about a younger Donald Trump is coming to a theater near you.
It's called The Apprentice, and the film's Danish-Iranian director says it depicts a young Donald Trump rising to power in New York real estate. It premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, but has only now found a distributor. Briarcliff Entertainment plans to release it in October. Trump's campaign calls it election interference by Hollywood elites right before Americans cast ballots November 5th. Heather Bosch, CBS News.
Heading to Wall Street, the stock markets finished with gains. The Dow was up 228 points. The S&P 500 finished 56 points higher, and the Nasdaq added 197. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
From the downtown LA Law Group Injury Help Studios.
This is KNX News, 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
2:03, good afternoon. I'm Margaret Carrero. More now on what you just heard there on the CBS News Network. One of the doctors charged for Matthew Perry's ketamine overdose death has agreed to a plea deal and is free on bond this afternoon. Let's connect live with our Natalie Tavidian. She's outside the federal courthouse in downtown LA. Natalie.
Hi, Margaret. So he didn't actually make a change in plea today just yet. This was Mark Chavez's arraignment. He's one of 5 people charged in the October death of Friends star Matthew Perry. We did just hear from his attorney.
What we can tell you is that he is incredibly remorseful what happened, not just because it happened to Matthew Perry, but because it happened to a patient. He is trying to do everything in his power to right the wrong that happened here. He didn't accept responsibility today, but only because it wasn't on calendar. We're going to be setting a change of plea in the next few weeks, and so that'll happen here shortly once I contact the court. My client is accepting responsibility. He's doing everything in his power to cooperate, to help in this situation, and he's incredibly remorseful. I'm happy to answer a few questions about, the broad strokes of the case, but if there's any questions about the actual facts in the plea agreement, the details of the case, I respectfully can't answer those.
And Margaret, the judge did agree to release him today on a $50,000 bond, read a long list of provisions to name just a few. He cannot work as a doctor, but it must be approved. He must undergo regular drug tests and take no drugs, including marijuana. And today he has forfeited his passport, and his attorney says he will forfeit his medical license and says that it's up to the medical board, Margaret, if he can ever get that medical license back.
All right, Natalie, thank you so much. Attorney and former federal prosecutor Neama Rahmani says prosecutors are far more interested in going after Jasvine Sangha, the so-called ketamine queen, and Dr. Salvador Placencia.
Those text messages mocking Matthew Perry and his addiction are incredibly damning. The jury will absolutely hate him, and he'll be convicted in short order. So I wouldn't be surprised if ultimately Placencia takes a deal as well. He doesn't have much of a defense in this case. I don't think he can credibly argue that his treatment of Perry was medically necessary.
Rahmani says Chavez agreeing to cooperate with prosecutors in the cases against Placencia and Sangha will help him avoid significant prison time. For your